Do I really believe in the reality of what I've done? My friends, this is the question that stands as the invisible line between the dreamer and the achiever. For belief is the cornerstone of all great endeavors, the unseen force that takes an idea born in the stillness of the mind and brings it roaring into the world as a living, breathing reality. So, I recall a time when I stood alone with nothing but an unproven idea in my hands and a burning desire in my heart. Around me there were whispers of doubt, voices asking, "Who are you to think this is possible?" But deep inside there was another voice, a voice stronger than fear, that whispered, "If you believe, truly believe, the world will bend to your will." Belief became my compass. It guided my steps even when the path was fogged with uncertainty, even when failure stood like a mountain in front of me. Belief without action is a dream waiting to be buried. I learned to take every thought, every flash of inspiration, and clothe it in action. Every plan was a brick, every small victory a stone laid upon another, building the foundation of what would one day be called success. I discovered that the invisible power of thought becomes unstoppable when matched with relentless, purposeful effort. But let me tell you this truth: doubt is a cunning thief. It comes dressed as reason, wrapped in caution, whispering that it is better not to try than to fail. I faced this thief many times. I saw it in the eyes of others and felt its cold fingers brush against my own heart. Yet every time I chose to stand taller than my fear, my faith grew stronger, and the reality of what I had envisioned drew closer. Faith, my friends, is not something you simply have, it is something you build. It is forged in the fires of persistence. Every setback, every closed door, every sleepless night is a test asking you, how much do you truly believe? And each time you answer with action, with resilience, your faith becomes unshakable, and the invisible becomes visible. Today, as I stand before you, I ask you this: do you believe in the reality of what you have done, what you have dreamed, what you are yet to achieve? The world does not wait for permission to give you your desires. It waits for you to believe in them so fiercely, so unrelentingly, that reality itself has no choice but to surrender. Take your vision and hold it like fire in your hands. Guard it, feed it. Let it grow until it lights the path before you. Then march forward without hesitation, for every great success story is simply the tale of someone who believed long enough, hard enough, and refused to stop until the dream stood in flesh and blood before them. Believe, and make the world believe with you. The power of belief in shaping reality. Do I really believe in the reality of what I've done? This is not a simple question. It is the very foundation of success, the secret force that separates those who merely wish from those who achieve. Belief is not just an emotion, nor is it a fleeting thought. It is a living energy, an unshakable conviction that transforms the unseen into the undeniable. It is the architect of every great dream ever brought into existence. Without it, ideas die in the mind before they ever see the light of day. With it, the impossible bends to your will. I have witnessed men with every advantage, wealth, intelligence, opportunity, fail miserably because they lacked belief in themselves and in their vision. And I have seen others, stripped of resources, mocked by the world, walking through storms with nothing but faith as their compass, rise to heights no one thought possible. It is not the size of your tools, but the size of your belief that determines the measure of your success. Belief is the seed you plant in the fertile soil of imagination. At first it is fragile, unseen, even questioned by those around you. But the moment you hold on to it with unwavering certainty, it begins to grow roots that no storm can tear out. Every thought you nurture, every word you speak, every action you take in alignment with that belief sends a message to the universe. This is real. This is mine. I will not let go until it breathes life. Uh, Imagine standing on the edge of a vast field where no path is marked, no promise is visible. The world calls it empty, barren, hopeless. Yet in your heart you see a castle rising from that emptiness. You hear the laughter of victory. You feel the triumph before it even exists. That, my friends, is the power of belief. It gives shape to the unseen. It writes tomorrow's story before the ink has touched the page. And let me say this, belief does not come from proof. Belief creates proof. The world does not hand you evidence first. It waits for you to believe enough to command it into reality. Tebelalia turning thought into tangible action, and an idea alone, no matter how grand, remains a prisoner of the mind until you give it breath through action. Waliel.